I want to be absolutely clear. I'm not condemning self-help literature. There's great stuff out there, fantastic ideas, very good techniques, and authors of high integrity. Okay, so please understand that. The authors and their material are largely not the problem. The problem with the self-help materials, whether it's books, courses, multimedia courses, live workshops, whatever, the problem isn't the courses. The problem is us. It's all of us. And the reason is simply this. First of all, we come from a culture that's absolutely unique in the history of the world, and we don't realize that. Now, if you're watching this, chances are you grew up in Western culture, or a westernized culture, and westernized culture is almost everywhere these days. There are particular cultural features that you have to pay attention to that nobody seems to take account of. First of all, in Western culture, you have a very particular way of relating to your mind and your body. You tend to identify yourself with your physical brain, with your thoughts, to think, I am my thoughts, and to regard your body as separate from your mind. Your body is almost, for you, the transportation system for your brain. That's a very different way of relating to who you are than most ancient cultures ever had, or any other culture on the face of the planet. So it's very important to understand that although there are wonderful things about Western civilization, there are some things that just don't work. And this kind of relationship of the mind-body split is guaranteed to create neurosis. And it creates all the neurosis we see around us every day. And perhaps we see it within ourselves too. So it's very important to keep that in mind. Another problem is that in our culture we have what I call the mentality of specialization. And that mentality is simply this. We assume that if there's a problem in our life, whatever that problem is, that the only way to solve it is to find somebody who talks about, writes about, and thinks about nothing else but that one particular very narrow problem. So if we're looking for a way to lose weight, we go to the weight loss expert. If we're looking for a way to get debt-free, we go to the debt-free expert. If we're looking for a way to improve our relationship with our spouse, we go to the relationship expert. Never suspecting that even though the techniques that those people may offer are very good, despite that, we may not get results. And the reason we don't get results is not because the techniques were faulty, and perhaps not even that we didn't try to apply them. But the fact is, those problems we're having aren't the real problems, they're symptoms. And we're not dealing with the root cause, and the root cause is much deeper. The root cause comes from the way we regard our mind and our body, the way our culture has brought us up, has taught us to view the world and view ourselves. So we are, if you will, internally fragmented as people. We are mentally, emotionally fragmented as people. And this is really the center of our problem. And any ancient culture, any of the world's best ancient traditions of spiritual life, health maintenance, and martial arts, if they were to diagnose us today, they would say exactly that. Your culture isn't working, here's why. It's very simple, and there is a way to fix it. Now, the third part is our educational system. The educational system is built on the premise that the mind and the body are separate. So what does it do? It feeds you facts, factual information. It perpetuates the mind-body split because it's based on the classic liberalism idea of classic liberalism from a few centuries back, that as long as you give people the proper facts, they will make good choices in life. Unfortunately, that whole idea is built on a faulty anthropology, a faulty idea of what the human being is. The human being, if not treated holistically, if we don't view ourselves and live our life in a holistic way, we end up tearing ourselves apart accidentally, just out of sheer ignorance. And so if you're looking for a reason why you're not getting the self-help, solutions you want, or you're not getting the results you want, this is largely why. Because in ancient cultures it was done much differently. The first priority was about developing personal resilience. It was about becoming a resilient person, a fully integrated person, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And there are very specific ways to do that. And these methods, these educational methods that teach you how to do this, were taught worldwide, from North America to the Mediterranean basin to the Indian subcontinent to the Orient, all through these areas of the world. All of this was taught. Unfortunately, our culture got off on a different idea, an idea that doesn't totally work, and many of us realize that now. We're looking for cultural paradigms that do work. And I'm here today just to share with you the fact that there are paradigms that really do work. In fact, I put out a very special report about it that you can get absolutely for free with no strings attached. And just go to the URL at the end of this video and pick up your copy. And that's where I'll explain all about the power of personal resilience and how it can really remake your life. So I'm Dr. Symeon Rodger for Warrior Coaching International. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time when I talk about personal power and how to get it.